Hey, Jason, you ready to spend £1 billion?
Yeah, I'm ready to be the next billion-dollar bottle job.
Hell yeah. Let's remake the Chelsea squad. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Red, White, and Blues podcast. I'm Daniel. That guy down there is Jason, and he is an amazing, sexy man. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I wish I was as sexy as you, but other than that, and the constant jealousy I have of your beard, I'm good. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic for a Monday. We're here. We're doing this podcast as we do every Monday. But today is a special day because we've been talking about this for like a year now. And we're finally doing this episode where Jason and me are going to remake the entire Chelsea squad, starting from when Bluco took over. And we're going to we had a $1 billion budget. And we could only use players that were transferred from the time Bluco took over. So that'd be the 22-23 season. And we both ended last year. So the last transfer window we would have used would have been the transfer window from last season, last Christmas, winter break, the winter transfer window. But essentially, we remade the Chelsea squad. We each did this independently of our own. So we're going to share those results with you tonight and just get in the comments down below and tell us how you would have remade the Chelsea squad, because you have £1 billion and Bluco did a shitty job of it. And we are going to prove how this was not that difficult.
Yeah, okay. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And I will also just say, no matter what my team looks like at the end of this, it will objectively have been better.
Yes.
Than Bluco. And I know that we are going off of like hindsight here because I leaned into the hindsight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the guys that did this, that put us in this position, they spent almost £1.5 billion, like just under.
Mm-hmm.
They've only made sales that are about half that. So we're 750 million in the hole. Just players sales. And there were some objectively exciting, talented players out there that for whatever reason they just glossed over. And I think just going through this whole exercise just proves that other clubs, even Tottenham, are better at recruiting over the last 4 years than we have been. And there's hardly anybody that we bought in those first couple windows that is still hanging around, which is fascinating to me. But
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
If I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm about to shit the bed here. So
and I mean, like, you look at it, we're like 150 million in debt just on the left wing alone in buying 3 players, Mudryk, Garnacho, and Gittins, that have done absolutely nothing. Maybe Gittins will prove us wrong, but the other two, one's a steroid user who I love, and the other one's just shit. So, whatever. But let's jump into this. So I guess what we did is we did do a starting 11. And then I think I texted Jason at one point and was like, hey, I'm at like 13 bench players. I'm just going to stop there. So I don't know how many you ended up with.
I did like 25 or 26 because that's like a typical squad.
Okay.
But that's right.
So I did. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, I could add, there's a couple more I could add on the bench, but I just didn't because I was like, all right, this is good enough. But what we did is essentially, like, we also both try to keep this realistic. Like, you're not going to see a Haaland or an Mbappe on either one of our squads because we know those were sort of unrealistic transfers for Chelsea. Would I have loved to have Haaland at Chelsea? Absolutely. But it just wasn't realistic. So it's like, we could have put him on here, but then it would have sort of been unrealistic. So I tried to, and I know Jason did too, we both tried to keep this very realistically, or tried to as best we could. Like, there might be some where you're like, there's no way Chelsea could have gotten that. And that's fine. But you know what? Who cares? This is just fun. It's the off season. We're bored.
Yeah. It's just an exercise to see, yeah. Well, first, we're bored. I concur.
Yeah.
But it's really just an exercise to see what was available at the time. And I guess we can talk about how we approached it. It sounds like we were similar thinking because we
Yeah.
did do this independently, like Daniel said, and didn't really compare notes. So that's why I'm expecting to get it's not a competition, but I'm expecting to get waxed somehow. I don't know. But there were some exciting, talented players out there at the time that they just didn't consider, and or for whatever reason we couldn't get them here or whatever. And I think that it's not hard to make an objective. Like I said at the top, it really doesn't take much to make an objectively better squad from what was available at the time.
Yeah, and I mean, I tried to. There's not just like I took people from every transfer window, just didn't take them from like one or two, like you could have probably done, but like spread them out. Try to do it like if you were building a squad, slowly bringing in players every year to where you're not just overhauling one window.
Right.
And then like we both will give you a total. Did you total yours up, Jason?
I try to get fancy with like a calculator, so I'll have a total. Don't worry. But there's weird stuff happening on my spreadsheet right now.
So you went. I thought about doing a spreadsheet too, but I just did a Word document and just put the money and then added on my phone because I was like, I'm not like messing with Excel.
You're smarter than me. I don't know what I've done, so I'm figuring stuff out on the fly here.
Yeah, and we'll give some honorable mentions too. I have some honorable mentions at the end of this, that we can go through as well because I don't want to spoil anything because I don't know who you have on yours. But all right, let's start. We're going to start with our starting 11. And I will say this, and I text you this, so you already know this. Goalkeeper was probably the hardest position to find a goalkeeper because honestly, there hasn't been like this superstar goalkeeper that's transferred since 2022, 2023. So like I ended up going, and this happened last year. So I just pulled from last year. Because honestly, I want Costa from Porto, Portuguese starting goalkeeper. That's who I want. He has a 60 million pound release clause or euro, whatever it is. And I almost told Jason I cheated and just put him on here because he has a release clause. So, we could have technically got him at some point if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But to stay within the bounds and the rules, I picked Ederson, which was an 11 million euro transfer.
No, that's really good. Ederson would have been awesome.
He was 32 when the transfer happened, so he still had my thinking was he still has 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And my goalkeeper on the bench will then be ready to take over by that point in time. So that was sort of my thinking behind, and he's infinitely better than Robert Sanchez.
Yes. Okay. I'm just double checking something. I want to see when my goalkeeper was actually up for when he got traded. Oh no. Okay. I have David Raya.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was but I feel like I got my window wrong. Was that the summer of 2023?
No,
when he went to Arsenal.
No, he was 24, 25.
No, sorry. When he went to Arsenal,
he went on loan.
He went to Arsenal July 30th, 2023. Yeah, he did. He went on loan.
Yeah, he was on loan for a year, and then they bought him.
Yes. So yeah, I picked David Raya. So
I mean, that's not a bad pick. Yeah. I mean, like he was
27 million at the time. That's when he went.
Right. And he's arguably the best, like out of looking back to 2022, like in where we are now, he is the best goalkeeper on there. But I still am not the biggest Raya fan because the dude's a midget. And he has 2 of the best center backs in the world in front of him right now.
True.
So it's like, okay, whatever.
But in an ideal world, our center back situation would be better.
It would be. It would
Or
be.
our back line would be better in general.
Our back line would be better. So yeah, I mean, I think those are both decent goalkeeper picks that we, that are both valid that you could have gotten. Right back. So who did you buy a new right back, or did you just keep Reese?
Oh, I'm keeping Reese for
Okay,
1,000%.
Same.
Yeah.
So free, no money spent on the right back position. And this one was hard. And I guess it's the whole hindsight thing, like you said earlier, is because like Reese is injury prone. So it's
Right.
like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm with you. I just kept Reese.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, like that was the thing to do,
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible? I mean, I have replacements for everybody on the
Same.
squad.
Same.
Okay. Cool. So we can
Mm-hmm.
talk about those later if we want to. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll go into the bench.
I don't think it's bad to have kept Reese, but yeah, I agree. The injury prone thing, hindsight, all that. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
All right. So did you keep Colwell too?
Yes.
Okay, so Colwell saying, I think that minus the year of the ACL injury last year, I think everybody can agree that nobody would want to sell Colwell and that he would be a starter,
Right.
for hopefully years to come. But I kept him as well.
Yeah. Same.
So, all right. So who did you pair with Colwell then?
Here's the thing. I didn't
Okay.
quite do a starting 11 in the way that you're doing a starting 11. So you
Okay.
go and let me figure my life out.
Okay. All right. So I went, and this is where it sort of gets like, I don't know. This will probably be controversial for some people, but I did this so this transfer happened back in 2022, 2023. So the first year that Blueco had us.
Right.
And I picked the Tottenham man, Christian Romero.
Oh,
Because
nice.
at the time he was, I think, 24 when the transfer happened. He's like 28 now, I think. So yeah, something like that. So at the time, like not inexperienced, sort of experienced, and he's like Romero's one of those people like you hate playing against because he's a freaking douche canoe. But if he's on your team, you love him. So,
exactly.
And he's very much a leader in that back line at Tottenham. He's one of the few bright spots in that team last year. So I picked Christian Romero. He was a 54 million euro transfer to Tottenham. Just a center back that you could have had in the 2022-2023 season. And that's, I mean, all four of my back line would have been here since 22-23.
Yeah.
So it's like that would have been 4 years of these guys being together, playing together week in and week out, and you would have had a solid defense for 4 years. So
Man.
I don't know.
Yeah. I have a couple options here. Okay, there's two interesting options that are also available summer 2022.
Yeah.
Gleason Bremer. So he went to Juventus. Yeah. He was available for 43 million pounds at the time.
Yep.
And then you have Gvardiol.
Yeah. Yep.
Was available for 16 million pounds at the time. And then the next year he was sold for 77 million. So I think Romero probably beats both of those. But just because I have these two on my list right now, I'll pick Gvardiol.
Okay. That is
but again, this is just me riffing. Like I don't know how well this would have played. So
right. And I mean, I will say this about Gvardiol, whatever his name is, the guy you're talking about, the Croatian. We were linked to him at the time. So It actually makes sense that like you would pick him. And I think the reason I didn't pick him is because he hasn't lived up to the hype at City that he came in with. He is versatile though, because he can play left back, he can play center back, So I think that's a very good shout of somebody that we realistically could have gotten at the time that we just didn't get for probably because of wages is probably the reason we didn't get him, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I agree. And yeah, so we go, but I get, man, it's just crazy to think that we bought Wesley Fofana in the summer of
Yeah.
2022.
And see, that's the thing is like both the players that we just suggested cheaper than Wesley Fofana.
With more upside. Even
with
though
more upside.
Grimaldi, I agree, hasn't lived up to what he could have been, but still.
Right. Correct. So, yeah, crazy. All right, so that's their so who did you keep Cucurella as your left back?
Okay, yes, because like there's an interesting thing where you could have like kept Matson, you know,
You
like in
have.
a weird world. You could have kept Matson. But you also like, I don't know. There's like another Mendez, I guess Nuno Mendez could have been there.
That's who I went with.
Okay,
I went with Mendez.
Cool. Then I'll keep Cucurella because he actually did grow into a great player by the end. So it's not bad. But Mendez was about half or a little more than half at the time.
He was 38 million euros. And the thing with Mendez too is Cucurella was at least Premier League proven.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And so that transfer makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we overpaid for him, and the only reason we got him is because Man City wanted him.
Right.
Like, and Cucurella was good for us for the years we had him. But it's just like Nuno Mendez has turned into like the best left back in the world. So
exactly.
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Yeah.
That's also the thing. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
It is, and it's hard to like. One, I mean, it is genuinely hard to scout, but two, Blueco were never going to buy Mendez because he wasn't a Brighton player. So it's like
so true.
It's like that thing. It's like, this is a sliding door situation that we're talking about here, but it is. Yeah, I agree. If you could go back in time and buy Mendez, then you buy Mendez. But I'll keep Cucurella just for a little bit of fun when we add this all up at the end.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I mean, like, it was between either I was like, that was my choice. It was either keep Cucurella or get Mendez. And I mean, I think the hindsight thing played a big part in that, knowing what Mendez is today. So, all right. I mean, like, and the thing is that like both of us would have had a back line that would have been together since 22, 23. They would have been playing together for 4 years, which is big when you're talking about defensive continuity and chemistry with each other and like all of those things that go together. Like that would have been huge. And the thing is none of the players that we have that we picked are even on the way out, really. Like they still have longevity left in their careers. They still have 3 or 4 years left in their primes outside of Reese,
Right.
So, I mean, like it could have easily been rebuilt in a better way, the back line.
Basically, it just makes me sad because you're just saying we could have had stability.
Mm-hmm.
For the entirety of these 4 years, there could have been stability,
right?
If a lot of things changed, but yeah, that's
essentially. Well, I mean, instead of buying Decency and Badiashile, like you buy Romero, Mendez, or Cucurella, however you want to look at it, or Grimaldi, and like you spend around the same amount of money.
Right.
So it's like it's just terrible business on their part.
Because freaking Fofana was 70 million pounds.
That's right. Yeah. You don't buy Fofana, you don't buy Decency, and you don't buy Badiashile.
That's insane. It blows my mind that we're even talking about it.
Because we still had Thiago Silva, too, at the beginning of their tenure. So you have to remember that. Silva was still here.
Right.
So we had him for another year. So it's like I don't know. It's just crazy to think what could have been.
Man, and exactly. Silva's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Only to the midfield, I guess. I guess let's just start with this. I think this one should be pretty quick. Did you keep Caicedo?
Yes.
Okay. I kept Caicedo too. So that's 116 million euros for him.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight is a great price for Caicedo. And I mean,
Yes.
this is the thing. You looking back on this, Blueco had some really good buys. Now they've had some real they've had more stinkers
Yeah.
than good ones by far, but a couple of the ones that they've bought have been pretty good. Some of them have turned really well.
Yeah, I would say they've had like 6 good buys, including like Enzo, right? If you include Enzo in that.
If you include Enzo.
And yeah, which we'll talk about in a second. But you have like 6 good buys and then like 3 academy players. And then I would say the rest of them
shit.
Yeah, because I was looking at like how many players that we sold do you keep? And I don't think I kept a single player that's been sold from the club.
I kept one.
Okay.
One.
I'm interested to hear who that
he's on my bench. He's on my bench.
Okay.
I kept one.
Nice.
That was it. So
but still, I'm assuming that's not a good track record.
Yeah, it's a terrible track record because I mean, you can make arguments for Lewis Hall, Ian Matson. Like there's players that you can make arguments for keeping and not selling. So it is what it is at this point. So did you run a 3-man midfield? Is that what you did? Did you do?
I've done a 4-2-3-1.
Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah. So all right. So yeah. Okay. So I mean, you can look at it as
kind of technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming so you're 4-2-3-1. You're one in the middle of the 3 is Palmer. Did you keep him?
Yeah. You keep Palmer.
Okay. Keep Palmer. Okay. Yeah. Same. He was 47 million euros, 23-24. Again, I think this is one of those ones though that Blueco didn't know what they bought when they bought it. And nobody could have seen this coming. So I don't really know if I give them credit for buying Palmer or
not. Right. Yeah. They looked into that one.
Yeah. Everybody gets lucky every now and then. And they've just been trying to get lucky ever since. And it just hasn't worked out. So,
exactly.
All right. So who's your other midfielder, Jay? Who are you putting in your 4? I ran a 4-2-3-1 too. So who are you putting next to Caicedo in the pivot?
Again, I'm not smart enough to really know that. I basically went off of like price, so I'll just say this. But a good pickup at the time would have been Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, Gakpo's more of a winger, though. I would say.
Yeah, but he can still play that. So it just depends on if you wanted him to play that. I mean, even though he is like, he could be a winger than a true CM. But
he was Gakpo. I debated a lot for my left wing, and he's one of my honorable mentions because he was 40 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. The other one I have, and that Gakpo's a stretch, but the other one I have is Danilo.
Okay.
Who went for like 16 million. But again, I was going for like realistic stuff. But he moved, and I was also part of my thing was I was trying to say like, since we bought Enzo in winter, or he came in winter of 2023.
Yeah.
I was a little maybe pigeonholed myself into because you don't have that many CMs or midfielders that are going to move really in the winter window. So there was a little bit of pigeonholing there. Yeah. So since Enzo came in winter 2023, even though I can't remember the details of that, did we buy him the previous? I can't remember.
No. He came in then because we went ahead and bought him then because we were afraid his price was going to go up even more once the summer came.
Yeah. So I was just going by if we could buy him in the winter, even though it was for the initial thing, then who else was available in the winter? So that kind of pigeonholes my
thing. So I feel like you did pigeonhole yourself in that situation. I did not pigeonhole myself.
I need boundaries to even think through this a lot.
Yeah.
So
because I didn't keep Enzo either. And I think a lot of it's saltiness because of the way things are going now, and it's like we're just salty about it. Or at least I am. And it's
I'm not really salty about it. He was just really
Yeah.
expensive, and I was trying to see what was available.
Yeah, so I went with I went with a Liverpool person as well, but I went with Silverslaw.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and because I think him sitting next to Caicedo in that pivot, he gives Caicedo a lot more cover than Enzo does, but he's
Mhm.
also is very good at getting to the box and scoring goals, and he's very
Yeah.
versatile. Like, he's played right back for Liverpool for a good chunk of matches, so he can sort of,
Mhm.
if Reece is hurt, he could have slid over to right back if you're not comfortable with the right back I have on my bench. Like, I liked his versatility. He was only 70 million euros, and it was
Yeah.
a 23-24 season. So he would have been here in the second year of Blueco. So
Yeah. You
I
know
don't know.
what? I'm gonna keep Enzo.
Okay, keep Enzo. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm keeping him.
Do it. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, he was what, 110? Is that what he was?
I have 107 pounds at the time,
107.
but
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
we're in the same ballpark.
I did euros just for reference on mine because that's what
Oh, okay.
transfer market. Everything was in euros, so
Yeah.
I did euros.
But Soboslai is good. It's better than mine, which I knew would happen.
Well, you. To be fair, you pigeonholed yourself. So
Yeah. I
I
don't
feel
think
like
most of them are gonna be like that though, because
yeah,
I should have thought more about it. But
I see what you're doing.
I initially kept him, and then I was trying to find. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep
I
him.
see what you.
I'll just go with my
Yeah,
gut.
but see, like that would have been Caicedo, Silverslide, Palmer, all would have came in the same transfer window. So
Right.
like you
Exactly.
completely redo your midfield in that transfer window. So it's
Right.
like okay. All right. So let's move on to the attack. And did you keep João Pedro as your striker, or did you go with a different striker?
Okay. I had. So you want to do strikers first?
Well, I just no. Well, if you did not, just say if you did not keep João Pedro, just say you didn't, and we will do strikers last.
I have João Pedro in my squad, but again,
Okay.
it's like, yes,
Well,
I
let's just do
am
left
looking
wing.
at
Let's do
who
left
was
wing first.
available. Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
left
left
wing.
wing. That's
All
what I was
right,
prepared
left
to talk
wing.
about.
Okay. Who did you pick for your left wing, Jason?
Okay, this is genuinely interesting because one of our first ones, our first purchases was Raheem Sterling.
Right.
So at the time, there was a pretty interesting left wing option available.
There was. I think we're going the same direction with this one. Yeah.
Rafinha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes so much sense to me.
It does.
For around almost the exact same price.
And then it was the same year. It would have been the same. And he had Premier League experience as well.
Right.
So it's like you're sort of looking for that Premier League experience. And I remember us being in for Rafinha. Like there was rumors that we're going to. Now the question is, with both of us picking Rafinha, and the question I sort of wrestle with is, could we have beaten Barcelona to his signature? Like
right.
Which,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe not, but I still feel like it's a realistic transfer.
Yeah.
So
I have two more that, one is like I'm not going to talk about him. The other one, no, I'm not going to talk about him either. Never mind. Rafinha is the one.
Yeah, Rafinha is the one. Like the other bit, like I wrestled with Gapco, putting him at left wing because I do like Gapco, and the other one was Valiascara, but I felt like he was too unrealistic.
Yeah,
like just because of when his transfer was, and like would I've loved to have Valiascara? Sure,
yeah,
but I just don't. I thought Rafinha was a little more realistic than he was. So
right. Yeah.
But that's cool. All right. Do you want to go to right wing now?
Sure.
Okay. Who do you have for your right winger, Jason?
Who was our right wing at the time? Who did we buy? Am I an idiot? Shit. We bought, man, that's crazy. We bought Aubameyang.
Yep. Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad buy.
And then at the time, I guess we had Pulisic was playing a little bit, but he wasn't really playing right wing a whole lot. We had Ziyech and we had Havertz, I guess,
I forgot
and we
about
had Cho.
Ziyech.
So those were all the ones that, like, I guess could have played on the right wing. And then you still had Aspie running the lines. Okay, that's weird. It's weird to think about that squad again.
Yeah, it is.
Right now, my right wing, but see, he's a newer buy, so I was trying to find people.
Mine's from 24-25. Okay. My right wing is. So
I mean, I have Esteval there right now.
Okay, I'm looking around. See, that's fair. Esteval's fair. I have Esteval on my bench.
Yes. Yeah.
Sort of doing a role player, and I picked, and this is only because we were linked to him, and we just wouldn't pay him his damn money because we didn't want to break our wage structure. And the fact that we missed out on this player pisses me off. It's Michael Elise. Like,
oh yes, I have him on my master list.
Okay, yeah, it's like he was 53 million. We didn't want to pay him what he wanted in his salary, so he went to Bayern Munich. It's like, I think Elise running that right wing, would have been fantastic for us. And it sucks we didn't get him all because of wages. Is the reason we didn't get him. So,
he's definitely the buy in that window. There's like a couple that are the next window, but then the next window is Esteval window. So I'd rather have Esteval than Kudus or Mbuomo. Like, which would have been available. They were both available in the window we got Esteval. Well, the window Esteval came in.
Yeah, and we got Neto in the same window that we would have gotten Elise, right? 24-25.
Yes, exactly.
So see, we ended up spending more on Neto, like price-wise, than we would have Elise, but his, I'm guessing his wages were not as much as Elise. So
yes, exactly.
So again, just a bad buy when you. Who would you rather have at this point in their career, Michael Elise or Pedro Neto? I mean,
oh my God,
both have Premier League experience, so it's like, give me Elise every day of the week. So I don't know.
I'm not even answering that.
I would say this for me. I kept João Pedro at striker. For 64 million euros. I mean, you could have gone. There's several different ways you could have gone with striker, I feel like. And I'll let you say yours before I say any of my honorable mentions because I don't want to take your shine away from you if you picked one of them. So,
no, the thing was, I was more looking at the time when Nico was around because he would have been the striker at the time, right?
Right.
So there's a really weird name I have in here right now, but I'm just double checking my notes here, which I'm like all over the place. Okay, so we got Nico when summer of 2023. So he came in the next window. So that's the striker I was looking at the time. I have some strikers from like the João Pedro time as well, even though João Pedro is still on my squad. So I'm gonna throw out a name.
Okay.
Dominique Solanke.
Oh, Solanke? Yeah.
But he was available when we got Nico. But it doesn't I mean, here's the thing that's really hard is that I value Nico. But so I probably wouldn't have replaced him. But I just wanted to say who was available at the time. Is really
I mean, I think there were some other ones.
There's
like you could have gotten like in 22, 23, you could have gotten Isak. For 77 million.
Yeah, I didn't go with him because I don't know. That felt like another. I mean, it's not a Holland situation. I guess it's not really, but
I mean, really it's not. And then you could have gotten somebody like who we were linked to in Osherman, which I think would have been 20. I think he went in 23, 24 to Saudi or 24, 25. One of those two. You could have gotten Osherman, but again, it was wages.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I mean, like this past summer, I think I wanted Gyökeres.
Right.
So you could have had somebody like him. Like I mean, that's the thing. Is like there's been strikers that have transferred that we could have been in the running
Yeah.
for. Edit TK.
Yeah.
The first time because he transferred, I believe, before Liverpool transferred this year. I believe he transferred the year before that too. So you could have had him even cheaper
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
Liverpool
Oh,
transfer.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he went to
So
Frankfurt.
yeah. So you could have had him before he went to Frankfurt.
Right.
And so it's things like that that you look at. And again, a lot of this is hindsight.
Right.
But I mean, I personally don't like Isak. I think you look at his injury record, just try to give players that could have possibly come here and give you an idea for the people listening to this. Like some of the other strikers that we could have been in for that we didn't get. But I mean, we have one now in João Pedro. So I think everybody's happy now. So
I think like what's interesting, right, is like Nico is coming back this season. So I would have probably kept Nico and then João Pedro is my starter.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
because I was trying to find it's weird because we're thinking backwards 4 years, but then the things that we're doing in 2022 can affect us later. So maybe I just overthought it, but like that's why it's weird that Esteval's on my right wing now. I mean, not now, but like when I'm thinking about who we're buying before Esteval comes in, there's like a 3-year gap there. So
correct, but we had people like we had Amari Hutchinson would have been there, Cho would have still been there. Like there was people to fill that role, and I think that's like the thing. I don't know if we said this at the top, but this is like what our lineup could have been like going into this next season. Like we could have had these players playing, starting with Chapi Alonso. So, and we didn't take into account like the Quindays or whatever. Like who was the other one? You mentioned somebody else at the top of it. I don't remember who it was, but that we didn't take into account for him. I don't know. I just remember Quinday being one of them. But yeah, like we didn't like Quinday would obviously be on my bench. I just didn't take him into account for this because it's sort of when we stopped doing this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though we bought Quinday a little while back. Yeah, I'm with you. We just stopped now, so that's where I'm at as well.
Yeah. All right. So we can move on to the bench now. So did you buy a backup goalkeeper, Jason?
Yeah.
Who's your backup goalkeeper?
Let me find my damn list.
I'll go with mine. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I went with Penders. I just stuck with him.
Okay.
The hype around him is there. We'll see what happens. 20 million. Whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not just keep paying?
Matt Sells was available.
No clue who that is.
He's the Nottingham Forest guy that like kind of did great this season, I think.
Cool.
So he is available.
They're in Champions League.
Yeah. Or you genuinely could just keep Slanina.
You could.
But since we got Mike. Yeah. Or Petrovic or whatever.
Or Petrovic. Yeah. Petrovic. Or you could have just kept Kepa. You could have
you could have retained him, yeah.
Could have bought Robert Sanchez and then just made him your backup. I don't know. Anyway, I think and that's the thing. The goalkeeper literally was the hardest position, like because there was not a lot of just talent out there at the goalkeeper position that have transferred in the last 4 years. So,
yeah,
I don't know. How many extra center backs did you take?
1, 2, 2.
Okay, I took 3 just because I wanted Josh in there.
Oh, I have 3 because Josh. Yes, he's just in a different place on my list. My list is
okay.
Yes, Josh.
So who were your other 2 center backs?
My other 2. Okay, you have to replace Tosin.
Yeah, Tosin's definitely.
I have Van de Ven in there.
Okay, that's not a bad shout for a backup.
But then that adds like 34 million when Tosin was like a free transfer at the time.
Yeah. But you have a billion. You have £1 billion, Jason. Like it's a.
I know. Yeah,
I
have £1 billion, and right now I'm only at like 800.
Yeah. Yeah. Go and give me your other one. That's fine.
So I don't know about this one. Dean Hoiston.
Yeah, Hoiston. Yeah. Went to Madrid.
Yeah.
Yep.
There were like a couple other available ones, and I just didn't.
People like that pick.
Yeah.
I don't rate the guy. I think he's overrated, but that's just me.
Yeah.
People seem to love him though. But that's a realistic one again because we were in the race for him. So
yeah.
Very realistic. My other two alternate center backs besides Josh is I went with Pacho, who is at PSG right now, is a backup. I don't know if he starts for them or not, but Pacho for 40 million.
Nice.
And then I went with Hakapia from Arsenal. Because they loaned him in 23, 24 and then bought him in 24, 25 for 40 million. I think he's versatile. I liked him when Arsenal got him. I was pissed that we didn't go in for him. Because I thought he was very proven I think he was like 22 when he made the move, or 23. But I thought he was very proven center back and would have been a great pickup for Chelsea. And we just sat on our asses and did absolutely nothing because it made too much sense to actually buy a competent center back. But yeah, they were both 40 million a piece.
Yeah. And like that's just where we have failed in terms of defense. Like our defense has sucked for 4 years, and the fact that you and I are even talking about other center backs just goes to show that. Like, Tosin, man, Tosin was one of our center backs.
Yeah,
and
Tosin,
they got him for free.
DCC.
I think they thought he would be the next Silva, and he definitely was not.
No, but I think they bought him, or not bought him, but I think they got him for free because they thought that they could flip him if he had a good season or two, and then they would sell him and then make a profit off of him. But unfortunately, that did not work out because it's Tosin, and he was let go by Fulham. That should tell you all you need to know about Tosin. If Fulham did not re-sign him, that's all you need to know. All right, who is your did you keep Hato as your backup left back?
Yeah.
Oh, same. I kept Hato. He was 44 million euros. I thought that was one of their good buys that they've had.
Yeah. For sure.
So who was your backup right back then?
Where is my backup right back? I don't go with yours, and I gotta adjust my list because I have an extra goalkeeper and not a right back.
Just say your extra goalkeeper because Josh can technically be a backup.
No. The extra goalkeeper, I think it wouldn't have mattered. I have Matt Sells as one of them, and then I have like Mark Flecken as another guy.
Flecken, that's a decent shout though as a backup goalkeeper though.
Right, but he was just 10 million at the time.
Yeah,
so
that's a good shout for a backup goalkeeper.
But I need a backup right back. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I went with I just kept Livramento. I just kept him. Why? Keep him. Whatever. He's free. Doesn't cost us anything. So I just kept him as my backup right back.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good shout.
Do you want to pick a backup right back, Jason? Or you just want to move to the midfield?
No, I want to move to the next one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So my midfield is interesting because two of these are from 22-23.
Okay.
And they're both players that I repeatedly said we should buy on this podcast over and over again for months that we should buy these two players. The first one is Christian Eriksen because he was freaking free. He was a free transfer. Didn't even need to spend any money on him. Granted, he has heart issues and sucks for him because I think Christian Eriksen is a great player. But he had a couple of really good years for United where he was a good, and he would have been a role player here, or he probably would have started the first year. Then you have Palmer come in, would have taken over. So it's one of those things like, I don't know, like Erickson would have been a great role player and he would have brought experience to the squad and he didn't cost a freaking dime. So would have been free. So why the hell not? But not Bluto.
How old was he at the time?
I think he would have been 30 maybe at the time.
That's why.
28. Yeah, I mean, that's 29 maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But he was free in his experience. Exactly. I mean, your point is right. That is exactly why we didn't. But I think it just would have been smart business. And I remember saying on this podcast over and over again, we should get him. And the other person was Mateus Nunes. I said it over and over again before Wolves bought him. And he was okay at Wolves, but he has shown his versatility at City. And I think he would have been a great role player, a great squad rotational guy. He's versatile. He's played right back at City for a good chunk of this season. I'm a big Mateus Nunes fan, and I think he was $47 million at the time back in 22-23. So I don't know. Those are two of my and my other one. I just want to say my other midfielder, just while we're here. He would have came in the next summer. It would have been Granit Xhaka, just for the.
Dude, that would awesome.
For 15 million is what Leverkusen bought him for. So it's like literally spent, 50, a little over 60 million and 3 great backups in the midfield.
I mean, that would have been amazing. Like compared to what we did spend.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering Lavia was 60 something I think Lavia was 60 by
53
himself.
million pounds. Yeah.
53. And then you have Asugo, who was
18 million pounds.
18. And then you have Lavia, Asugo. Then we had Ugochukwu. We had Chukwuemeka. We had who else have we had in this daggone midfield that's just Santos?
Yeah. Sold him.
Yeah, just sold him. So I mean, I don't know.
Conor Gallagher. We sold him that summer, though. Unfortunately, could have kept
sold
him.
Gallagher.
Yep. Sold Billy Gilmore that summer too.
Billy Gilmore. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Who's in your midfield, Jason? Who are your backup midfielders?
Let me go back to my tab here. Why can't I find my tab? There it is. Okay, so my midfielders, I have Tielemans.
Okay, that's a good shout.
Because he was free.
Yep. Oh, smart.
And then let me see. I'm just playing around. Okay, I'll just go with this one. You could have also got Zubimendi in the summer of 2025 instead of Asugo. He would have been about 30 million pounds more of them. And then instead of Santos at the time, you could have retained Gallagher for real though. Could have got Onana as well, but I went with Adam Wharton.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, he was about the same price, so I went with him.
I mean, that's the thing is you just picked 3 good backups, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for good rotational players.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing; it's not hard to pick from anybody, really, compared to what we did. It doesn't mean it's the right pick or it would have been the right pick at the time. They just are arguably a little more talented and productive than what we've been playing with. Right. So that's the frustrating thing is going through this is I have a ton of options.
Yeah.
And you have a ton of options. There's a million different ways this could have gone. Mm-hmm. And it went this way, which is really devastating. Well, just going through it. This whole process is making me sad.
It is. It's just it makes you realize how bad they are at what they do. When you have all these options and how much they go for. And it's most of these players went to teams that you could have realistically at least challenged for, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't sign Mateus Nunes over Wolves. Like
Right.
Granit Xhaka, you couldn't sign over Leverkusen. Like,
Right.
I don't know, man. It's just it's frustrating.
Insane.
How many attackers do you have?
I have 1, 2. Well, I'm counting Joao in that. I just have the 2 strikers. I just have Solanke and Joao Pedro.
Okay, so I did backup left wing, right wingers as well.
Oh, I have those 2. Yes.
Okay, Esteval is my backup right winger, and then I said I would have bought Bradley Barcola also in 23-24. You know, he went for 45 million to PS instead of going to PSG, and he does that backup role for them. You know, he starts some, comes off the bench some, so I felt like it would have fit us pretty well. I like Barcola, so you know that's my backup wingers. Esteval's there, 45 million euros. So
yeah, I have for my right wing, I have Semenya listed. He went for 10 million to Bournemouth. Because I have Esteval starting.
That's a great backup, you know.
Yeah, but I also had Elise just rolling around in here. But since we're just playing around, I have a weird left wing option that I don't know if this.
All right, who you got, Jason? Who you got?
Trossard.
See, now that's actually a good shout because he does that at Arsenal. That's sort of his role. He's super sub off the bench a good chunk of time with Arsenal.
Yeah,
and he's an impact player off the bench. So that's actually a pretty good shout.
Yeah, and like I do have Gakpo just floating around in there as well.
Yeah,
like, for the left wing, even though I was trying to put him in the midfield earlier. But then on the right wing as well, you could do somebody like Kudus. So I have hold on. This wasn't labeled. 1, 2, 3 with Trossard. And then 4. Oh, no, he's starting. Okay, Esteval 5. I have like 6 attackers in my squad.
That's fine.
Right now. But I also have a backup striker, another backup striker that
I have 2 backup strikers.
Okay, nice.
So I have the first one. I have Endrick strictly because I love Endrick, and I think Endrick has a lot of potential. So he fits the Blue Coat model, and he went for 47.5 million back in 23-24 to Madrid. And then my other one, I went with bringing in another striker that year. Same transfer window, would have brought experience to the squad, is versatile, can play striker and right wing, and can play in the middle as attacking midfielder as well. Antonio Griezmann, 22 million.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Again, somebody that was a little bit older, could have brought a little bit of experience, though, into the squad. And I love Griezmann. So maybe just because he's really good in FIFA. Maybe that's the reason I like Griezmann so much. But I like Griezmann. So
I like that.
Those are my backup strikers.
Okay. I have a weird backup striker.
Okay.
Well, I still have Nico. I have Nico Joao Pedro because I just kept them. And then Strand Larson was available.
Oh, okay. There you go.
At the time. But he was very expensive. So anyway, he's in the squad. He was like 43 million or something.
Good gracious. Larson went for that much?
I think so. I need to double check that because I have the wrong date on here, so I don't know if that was like actually what happened or what. But it was pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
But instead of Mark Guiu,
or instead of Dalot, you know, just whatever.
Okay, so Strand Larson went to Wolves for 28 million summer of 2024. So so it's more like 28. He went to Crystal Palace this winter for $56 million.
Okay, but you would have bought him earlier. So you would have been
Yes,
ahead
at the
of the
bottom of
game because
2024.
you're smart.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not smart at all.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not very good at this. But yeah. I did. I feel like I missed somebody earlier when we were talking. I'm a disaster over here, but no, I think I got them all. No, I had like another left back option as well.
Who's your other left back option?
Kirkish, Milos Kirkish.
Okay.
Could have been. He was
Yeah,
available at the time.
that's
Or
true.
you just keep Matson, which is what I said earlier. So, but I'll put Kirkish.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing is like there's, and I think that like we've been saying, like the whole point of this is to say, it's to point out how terrible Blueco is at their jobs and how we just, with a little bit of hindsight, but there's a lot of these players we probably would have gone after, or like you just talked about how shitty the scouting department is at Chelsea when they can't scout or when they focus solely on 18 and 19-year-olds like they did today, and they bought another freaking 18-year-old. So it's just like whatever. But I mean, like you look at other players, like the young players, like a young player that went in 22, 23. Now, whether we would have been able to get this player because we would have been going against Madrid is another story. But Tchouaméni, he was young at the time. I think he was 21 when he went on the transfer to Madrid. Vitinha went in that same window for 41 million. One of the best midfielders in the world now at PSG. That's somebody I, put on my list that would have been great. Timber went for 40.
Wow.
In the next window to where's Timber play? Arsenal now. Pau Torres went in that same window to Villa. Would have been a decent center back signing for us. So then you have like the whole Marcus Rashford loan saga and all this. Like you could have had Rashford on the left wing during all of this too. Like it's just like I don't know, man. Like there's so many different things they could have done, but they just didn't do.
Yeah, and it's like again, in hindsight's 2020, but it's the possibilities that it could have been anything but this.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. Maybe it's faded or whatever.
I don't know, man.
It's kind of nihilistic, I guess. But but in an optimistic viewpoint, like we genuinely could have had like some really amazing teams or gotten some players beforehand, and for whatever reason they chose these guys.
Yeah.
And it does just go to show that our mistrust in them is not misplaced.
Right. Like I think Elise is the biggest miss that they've had.
Yes.
Like the fact that it was just over wages is why he didn't sign with us. Like strictly a wage issue. So I think he's the biggest miss that we've had in this whole window. And there's others that you can go down the list of. But what was I guess let's do the grand reveal, Jason. So we had £1 billion or a billion, in my case, €1 billion to spend. How much was your total, Jason, for your entire squad that you just rebuilt from the ground up?
Yeah, I misspoke earlier because I didn't really have. I was trying to replace Hato when I was talking about Turkish, so ignore that part. But yeah, I'm around 800. I'm at 807.8 million pounds.
Okay.
Which is about 100 million over what they have made back in players right now. So we're talking about a $1.5 billion spend on players, and they've only gotten 700 million back.
Right.
Or 750-ish back.
Yeah, so that's 946 million euros.
Yeah.
So that's
that's insane. Like
insane.
It's insane that we can just go through this little exercise and this is what it was available at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I even pigeonholed it in some ways.
Yeah, you did. I ended up spending 876 million euros. So awesome. We were pretty close right there within a couple of transfers. And you did, I think yours was a little higher than mine because I think you did do a couple more players than I did. So
yeah. And I kept Enzo.
Yeah, you kept that. definitely I did not keep Enzo. But yeah, and I did a couple free players as well. Or well, one I did Erickson was free. Um, so yeah, I feel like that we proved that it could be done for less than £1 billion. Well, or €1 billion, whatever you want to say. Like it is can be done for
Well, and
less.
they would be even. Right? They
Yeah.
would have broken even. Like over
Yep.
the course of 4 years, they're not in the hole,
Mm-hmm.
and we arguably have a stronger squad.
Yep.
If they would have taken any care to players or
Mm-hmm.
any care to a manager that was worth anything, then this is a different situation. But again, we're talking about a set of guys that sniff their own farts and
Yeah, they do.
think it's roses. It's crazy to me that like, and again, I understand hindsight is freaking 2020. We
Right.
understand, but it's just like there were a lot of other options.
Yes. So
And if
many.
this idiot can find any of them, like I don't understand how they couldn't
Yeah.
find better options. And it
Yep.
is like a sliding door situation because like any one player you buy or replace, like it changes. It's the butterfly effect or
Yeah.
whatever.
Correct.
There's like
Yes.
earthquakes in a million
Yeah.
directions there, but at the same time, it it went the way that we're suffering through right now, and there's like a big part of me that believes any one of the players we talked about tonight could have really helped us in a way
Yeah.
different way than
Yes.
what some of the people did. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell me buying anyone else outside of Lavia would have changed everything,
Yeah.
or even a Sugo for the past season.
Right.
Like
Or Gittins.
we're
Or
crippling ourselves
Garnacho.
literally. Or yeah,
Yeah.
I mean those are just wasted buys there,
Mm-hmm.
or even Neto. Like
Yeah.
and he's like one of the more productive guys.
Unfortunately.
So yeah, unfortunately. So it's just one of those things where they came in, they tried to clean house. Like even looking at that 2022 squad is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the people that they just sold throughout the time or bought. I mean, I have like the entire list. Like we bought Koulibaly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Koulibaly. Yeah.
We bought Slanina. This is summer
Mm-hmm.
2022. Sterling, Chukwuemeka, Kukurea, Fafana, Obama Yang, and Zakaria.
Yeah. Gosh, Sicaria was
The
so
winter of 2023 was insane, man. We bought Badiashile, Fofana, Andre Santos, Mudrik, Madueke, Gusto, Enzo, Jimmy J. Morgan. Don't know who that's. Jao Felix. Summer of 2023 is when we got Nico and Nkuku and Gabrielle, Uga Chukwu, DCC, Bob, Caicedo, Lavia, David Washington, Petrovic, and Palmer.
Yeah.
Is summer 2023. 2024, we got somebody from the Phoenix Academy, a youth. Then summer 2024 is insane. These have been insane. We got Kellerman, Tosin, Giyu, Dewsbury Hall, Vega, Wiley, Jorgensen, Anselmino, Neto, Jao Felix, and Jaden Sancho on loan.
That
Is
is
when we
one of
got.
the shittiest windows ever.
That's insane. Like, and we just mentioned so many other people that could have been there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're selling like that window. Ian Matson, Ziyech, Hutchinson, Lewis Hall, Thiago Silva, Malong Sard, Conor Gallagher, Lukaku. And we sold Gabrielle. We literally just bought him.
Yeah. Yep.
And then last summer we got Penders. We got Asugo,
Yep.
Delap, Sar, Paez, Jao Pedro, Gittins, Hato, Esteval, Garnacho, and Samuel Smith. Like Penders is, he was on loan. Asugo, nowhere to be found. The lap,
Yep.
literally nowhere to be found in the game.
And he played.
Mamadou Sarr, we brought him back, right? Like in the winter.
It didn't even play.
Didn't even play. Kendry Paez didn't play. João Pedro, decent season. Giddens, don't know where he was the whole season, even when he was on the pitch.
Yep.
Hato,
good at the end of the
season. But that's one player amongst a bunch not growing into the season. That is growing into the season.
Right.
And then you have Esteval, who goes down hurt for a little while at the end there, but like didn't get as many minutes as we wanted to because we were protecting him.
Yep.
And then freaking Garnacho, man. Like, these are crazy transfer windows for how much money we spent and for how much we got in return. Yep. Like, it's insane to me.
Their ROI is shit. So they're terrible.
Really bad.
At that. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's frustrating. Like looking back on this and seeing the players we could have had, and especially these last two transfer windows have been shit. And I understand the first one, I guess I sort of give them a pass on because they didn't really know what they were doing because it was just bully jet setting around Europe, looking on Twitter and seeing who Manchester City was chasing and who Chelsea fans were telling them to buy. So,
Liverpool's trying to buy Lavia. Get him.
Yeah, get him. Exactly. So, shit. I don't know, man. And Lavia, the thing is with Lavia, everybody sees the potential there, but his injury history is just crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But yeah. Anything else you want to add about how shitty Blueco is, Jason? And their buying power?
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that it's even easy to do this in hindsight, right? Like I imagine it's a million times harder to do it, but that's what they get paid for. And
yep,
they objectively didn't do a very good job. And I didn't even do a good job in hindsight. So I understand that it's hard, but yeah, they're bad at this. And especially when you look back and you see all the guys on the table that were still there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just to reiterate, I'm mad. I'm mad, and I'm ending a little more sad than I was. And part of that's just because I was woefully disorganized, but the other part of it is so are they.
Yep. I don't know. It is what it is at this point. But and this window is shaping up not to be any better. We'll see. We'll see how it ends. This one's shaping up to be another shitty window. But we'll talk about that on Thursday. So if you want to hear transfer rumors, jump in on our Thursday podcast, which are much shorter than this and much less depressing usually. So anyway, Jason, tell these lovely people out there where they can find us.
X, Instagram, Substack. You want to see two sad men root for Chelsea Football Club? Check us out there. At Red White Blues FC on all the things.
Yep, we're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcast at these days. Check us out. Give us a like, give us a follow on the podcasting platforms, and if you like video format, we're also on YouTube. So like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff on YouTube, and get in the comments and tell us who you would have bought. Tell us your Chelsea 11. And Jason is slow-mo pointing down, telling y'all to get in the comments. So y'all do that.
Exactly what I was going
and tell us where we were wrong, because I'm sure y'all will, because we're wrong. So it's okay.
Oh, I'm very wrong.
Well, until next time, we'll catch you until Thursday. Catch you guys and gals on the flip side.
In Jobby we trust. Flippity floppity.